Hello everyone, welcome back to New Wellness Concepts and today's wellness session, which we're calling wellness session number 8, and we're going to talk about proteins. Now, to simply summarize proteins, what we really want to look at with proteins is serving size, which we'll talk about. You want to watch the additives in proteins, and you want to keep proteins lean in general. Okay, now what are we talking about when we talk about proteins? We're talking about meat, poultry, seafood, beans, peas, eggs, soy, and then nuts and seeds are loaded with protein. Now, one of the things we mentioned was trying to keep proteins lean, and with meats and poultry, you can do a couple things. You can trim the meat, the fat on the meat, to keep it a little more lean. You can remove the skin from the poultry to keep it lean. And then with all proteins, watch how you prepare them. The more butter, oil, shortening, deep frying, these kinds of things just adds calories and fats that aren't really necessary. So again, watching the prep is also important. Now, when we talk about fish, not all fish are created equal. What you're looking for really are the oilier fish because it has more omega-3s. The omega-3s is what you're after in the fish protein, and those are salmon, tuna, trout, herring, this type of fish are just more powerful in general. So again, it's really what type of fish are you working into your diet. Now, we also like to talk about eggs briefly because eggs have gotten kind of a bad rap over the years. People thought eating eggs would raise your blood level of cholesterol, and actually some more recent research is showing that that's really not the case. You would have to eat a tremendous amount of eggs to boost the blood cholesterol. So adding a few eggs to your weekly routine is certainly a very healthy choice. Eggs are nearly a perfect protein, meaning the amino acids within the eggs are almost complete and essential for health, basically. Now, one thing we do talk about avoiding are the processed meats, which end up being the lunch meats, bacon, sausage, hot dogs, especially highly processed. And the reason you got to watch that is because of the additives. The additives in the processed meats, salts and just preservatives. A lot of times what you're looking for on the label there is it'll say may contain up to a certain percent of a certain chemical that you probably can't pronounce. Probably want to avoid that. Also, it may even say something like self-basting. That means it's got a lot of additives in it. So again, avoid that with some of the processed meats as well. We do like to advocate eating nuts. Nuts are very high in protein. They have a lot of fiber, which and as well fiber and vitamin E, which again, vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant. The fiber helps with digestion. The vitamin E is a very powerful antioxidant, which we'll talk about more. Beans also very powerful amino acids within the beans. Has a lot of fiber to help with digestion, so much so that it actually helps to prevent spikes in the blood sugar. So people who are interested in losing some weight, certainly beans are a really great protein to add to your diet because it keeps that blood sugar kind of level all day long. Now, when we talk about proteins also, it's not so much I'm saying you need to eat more protein because most people get enough protein in their diet. It's really which proteins are you getting in your diet that you want to watch. And in general, like a toddler would need maybe 2 to 3 ounces of protein. Women and children, older children, 3 to 5 ounces a day. And then men, usually around 6 ounces is plenty. And then you say, well, what is an ounce? Well, meat or poultry about the size of the palm of your hand is going to be about 3 ounces. If you look at a can of tuna, again, probably about the size of the palm of your hand, about 3 ounces. 1 egg is about 1 ounce. About a quarter cup of cooked beans is about 1 ounce. 2 tablespoons of hummus, which is chickpeas, that's 2 tablespoons is going to equal about 1 ounce. Nuts, how many nuts can you eat? About a ½ ounce of nuts, but that doesn't say much for most people. So it varies depending on which type of nut you're eating. But you can eat about 12 almonds and get an ounce. You can eat about 7 walnuts, and that'd be about an ounce. You can eat actually about 24 pistachios, but they're smaller, and that's about an ounce of protein. So again, calculating that into your daily routine is helpful. The next question is probably, well, why do we eat protein, or why do we need protein? Well, we mentioned earlier the amino acids that are within the protein. They're kind of like building blocks, but they're actually building blocks for everything that's important to your body. They are building blocks for bone, for muscle, for cartilage, for the blood itself, for skin, for the enzymes that are carried in the body, for a lot of the hormones that are needed in the body. The amino acids are the building block for all of these things that are so crucial to the body. So obviously very important to get protein into the diet. It should not be avoided whatsoever. A lot of protein also has, again, the antioxidants and vitamins. A lot of vitamin B, which helps release energy in the body, meaning letting go of stored energy. So again, if you're interested in trying to lose weight, it's a great way to release those fat stores that can help with weight reduction. Vitamin B also helps with a healthy nervous system. There's also vitamin E in proteins. Vitamin E, again, very powerful antioxidant. It's going to help slow aging in general, which is important to a lot of people. It helps build the immune system. A lot of this happens along with the magnesium that is found in a lot of protein-rich foods. You also find a lot of iron in protein-rich food, and iron helps the body carry and transport oxygen. Oxygen, obviously, a life force, very important to every tissue in the body. So the iron that's within the protein, also very healthy and keeps us going. So in general, like I said, it's not so much adding more protein, but being cautious about which proteins are you eating. Try to eat the healthier proteins. And again, keep the proteins lean. Watch the serving size. Again, try to watch how much you're eating, and watch the additives. Just try to avoid the additives that a lot of foods have, and in general, try to vary the proteins that you're eating. I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.